WhiskyCast. Proudly brought to you by Redbreast, the definitive single pot still Irish whiskey. Join the Stillhouse at singlepotstill.com and receive an exclusive whiskey tasting journal.
Welcome to another episode of WhiskyCast HD. I'm Mark Gillespie, and this time around we're in Dallas, Texas. It's a long way from Speyside in Scotland, but somehow it seems appropriate tonight to be celebrating Glenfiddich Distillery's 125th anniversary in Dallas.
Dallas is one of 8 U.S. cities hosting parties for members of Glenfiddich's Explorers Society during 2012.
We'd love to hit far more, but unfortunately there's not enough of us to do so. But what we're doing here is really just having a night for people to celebrate each other, celebrate their love of whiskey, and really celebrate really the accomplishments that we've made, our journey through whiskey and their journey as well.
Each of the events is set in a historic venue. In this case, it's the Old Red Museum, formerly the Dallas County Courthouse. It's almost as old as Glenfiddich, a mere 120 years old. And each venue also features a local variation on the distillery's Artists in Residence program. In this case, local artists in each of the 8 cities were given a Glenfiddich cask to work with. Dan Gremminger turned his cask into a billboard for Dallas nightlife.
Instead of simply doing a postcard version of Dallas, I wanted to tie in the history of Glenfiddich, since it was the 125th anniversary, to make it somehow contemporary to the Dallas market. So I included places you could actually enjoy Glenfiddich here in town. So it was kind of a snapshot of the place you could go in Dallas to enjoy it. So it's a contemporary bar scene, the clubs and the lounges that one could actually enjoy it. So it's not the new Calatrava Bridge and some other fun spots. It's actually the nightlife in Dallas,
Which a lot of people would be surprised by, right?
Oh, actually, this is a partying town. They're serious workers and they play hard.
They play hard, even on a Tuesday night. But the whiskey remains the focus.
I'll be getting the security people. Get these people out here.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Good to see you.
So good to see you.
With tastings of the 12, 15, and while it lasted, the 18-year-old Glenfiddich, and a special preview of the Malt Masters edition, just arriving in the U.S. after being available in Europe for the last year.
It was honestly a little bit better than 18-year-old. It was close enough to perfect.
I found it very enjoyable. It was a little bit better than the 18-year-old and slightly spicier.
I enjoyed it. It was kind of a combination of the 18 and the 15. Had the sweetness from the 15 and the spicy wood of the 18.
It's an evening as much about education as celebration.
Any questions you might have, barrels, where they get their materials, how they make their whiskey in the first place. Each distillery is a little bit different, so it's nice to talk to the brand ambassador, talk to the distributor, and talk with anybody else involved in the industry and see how they bring it here to us.
A lot of it is being able to explore a different whiskey that we may have had earlier on and then moved on to a different Scotch and then coming back. So it's all of that remembrance of the Scotch, what it stands for, and honestly, sometimes, a year ago I'd try a 12-year. I tried the 12-year again this year. It may have different notes, a different flavor, something different about it. It's always unique, it seems like, every new edition of the whiskey.
Now, I know he said it pretty lot there, but what can you amplify that with?
I can't do any better than that, but what I can say is I love coming to these events so I can show pictures to all of our friends and show how big Scotch is and how it's really mainstream now. That's what I like about it. People go, oh, Scotch. No, look at this. All the people out here tonight. That's what I like about these events.
Glenfiddich founder William Grant may not have appreciated the music, but he certainly would have appreciated the spirit.
We are not looking at making business decisions and whiskey making decisions based on quarterly reports or annual results, but we really, at the end of the day, we report to the next generation of the William Grant family, and I think William Grant would be proud of what we're doing.
And who knows, Mr. Grant might just have wound up on the dance floor too. For more cask-strength conversation on whiskeys with the people who make them and the people who drink them, join us each week for WhiskyCast. In Dallas, I'm Mark Gillespie.